Okay, this video is a update on where we've been and sort of where we are now and what the rest of the course looks like. I wanted to talk a little bit about week 6. Week 6 is kind of light. We have 2 readings. There's a website from the NEDCC's website on using vendors that I thought would be really good to talk about now. As we talk about audio and video formats and text, we're going to talk about vendors a little bit then, but I wanted you to at least get familiar with actually one of the major vendors in the country, if not the whole world. And then a more of a general short paper by Brad Eden about basically project planning for a digitization project, just some things to consider. It's a little bit older, but I like it because it's basic. I find now the more that gets written about digitizing, the longer the papers get and the more I guess complex, and sometimes you don't need that. You really just want to cut to the chase and get the fundamentals. So this is a good one at that. The Eden article is behind the library's paywall, so you might have to log in. You should get prompted. If you're having problems getting to it, just you know, ask a question on the Blackboard and I will make sure you get access to it. No presentation this week and no exercise. For next week, week 7, I've got audio and video pretty much in one section because the course is so wide-ranging. We have to talk about audio and video, I feel, but I didn't really want to spread it out over too much time, so we'll have 3 readings there. And given that week 6 is so light, you should have time to get started on those. This is a pretty short one, a nice succinct one on audio and video, and these 2 are a little bit longer, but definitely cover all the fundamentals of both audio and video formats, practices, techniques, you know, that sort of thing. There'll be a lecture forthcoming, but these are set, so they're ready to go if you want to start on those readings for week 7. And I got a couple optional videos. I will talk about those later in week 7, but they're both pretty neat. When I do my lecture, I'll probably talk about them then. Okay, so that's week 6 and week 7, and week 7 will get officially released. I just, again, because week 6 is brief, you know, we're kind of lean this week. I wanted to make sure you had a chance that if you are moving along and making progress, that I don't hold you back and that you can go ahead and start on week 7. I'm seeing some of the homeworks coming in for homework 2. Please work hard on that. Try not to put it off. I know you all have busy schedules, so as soon as you can get started on that, please do, because there's a lot of little pieces. None of them are, no hurdles too high, but there's a lot of little hurdles that you have to sort of get around in order to get all of your images processed and ready to go in the workflow. The other thing I wanted to talk about is we're not quite halfway through the course, but we're approaching that. We have spring break coming up soon after week 7. We're going to have a test that I will release basically during that week, and you will have plenty of time to complete the test. I also do a sort of a test review cheat sheet sort of thing, and I will post that next week for week 7. But you will have plenty of opportunity to know what's going to be on the test and to know what you should be prepared to answer questions on the test. I'd never throw you into the deep end or do anything tricky in tests. It's usually very straightforward. It's just kind of a way to for both you and I to kind of know where you are in the course and get some really sort of fundamental terms. And anyways, I'm not going to get too much into it now, but just suffice it that tests will be coming and you'll have plenty of opportunity to study for it and to know what's going to be on it. The other thing I want to talk about is we have more homeworks. The rest of the class, we do a couple more things about formats, which is digital text, and we do obviously the audio and video one, but then after that we do metadata. And pretty much the entire course, while you're learning about digital libraries, each tool that I present to you or sort of standard or technique for doing something will all lead into the final project, which will be due at the end of the course. Basically, we're going to put together a digital library. We've done it before, and I feel like it's been a successful final project. The students seem to enjoy it, learn a lot, and it allows you to basically take all the sort of skills and knowledge you've learned in a course, not every single thing, but the majority of it, and incorporate it into a final project.